Hey, everybody, and welcome to Everything is Fine, Nothing is Ruined podcast. I'm your host this week, Hassan, joined as always by Tristan.
Hey, it's me.
And folks, this week we are here to talk to you about everyone's favorite Amazonian warrior. That's right, folks, we're doing an episode on Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh, telecorruption can't really. That's not. Can you not see this? I've been. It's been there for years.
No, I can't look up.
Okay.
Why? I mean, you said we're talking about everyone's favorite Amazon warrior, right?
Is she an Amazon? I know Lucy Lawless is, but
yeah, no, Xena's Amazonian.
Okay. What about her sidekick? Bree something.
Tristan, this is your episode. You're supposed to know all about her.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't. I watched a lot of Xena as a young lad. And was definitely for very disrespectful reasons. And I feel as if I feel as if I may not be the one to talk about Xena, Warrior Princess.
Why did you choose that as a topic?
I didn't. I did not. I'd show. It's right there.
Oh, I see what's happening. Of course. I meant we were going to talk about everyone's favorite Amazonian warrior.
Okay, yeah.
Boa Hancock of One Piece.
Who?
Boa Hancock.
Bo Hancock?
Yeah, she's one of the 7 warlords of the sea.
God, no. That's not what we're talking about today.
Okay. The Amazon class from Diablo 2.
Ooh.
Javzon all the way, baby.
Closer, I guess. You got javelins, you can shoot arrows, you roll, kind of. A shield. Good stuff. But not quite.
The Amazons from Futurama?
Oh, like the Death by Snoo Snoo giant ladies?
Yeah.
Oh. No? But that's not related.
Okay, wait. I think I see. I heard Amazon and I thought, you meant the Greek version. We're here to talk about the South American Amazon.
No, it is closer to the Greek version. Yeah. Not discussing the Amazon River or the tribes there that surround such a thing.
Yeah, I don't know that because I kind of named all the famous Amazonians. So,
are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's all the that's all the famous ones.
Yeah, definitely.
You're very sure of that.
Locked in on my answer, Alex.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you are now minus $500 because you missed one, and that is Wonder Woman. Specifically today, we're discussing Absolute Wonder Woman from the Absolute Universe.
Of her.
You never heard of her? You're a Justice League guy, and you never. So okay, who are the big 3 of the Justice League?
It's obviously Superman.
Yeah.
There's obviously Batman.
Absolutely, yes.
And then the Wonder Twins, and that's it.
Oh, fucking Wonder Twins. The okay, yeah, that's close enough. They'll do. But besides them, there is also another person with the word wonder in their name. And that is Wonder. I just said it a while ago.
Nah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's not ringing. Is this like some obscure character? Are we talking about like Hourglass Man kind of character where
no, we're not talking about
they maybe show up every now and again, but no one cares about them.
We're not talking about Hour Man or Hourglass Man or Dr. Midnight. Anybody from the JSA.
Okay, yeah, I don't know them. I got nothing for you, Tristan.
All right, you don't know Wonder Woman, huh?
No, I mean, if it's some new character, I haven't really read DC comics in a hot minute.
Been around in the 50s, so. Yeah.
Sure.
Long time, yes.
All right, if you claim so.
Quite a while. I do in fact claim so. So,
oh, is she like a side character of what's his name, Darkseid's son? Where's the funny outfit,
Orion or Mr.
No.
Mr. Terrific, not Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, definitely not Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Starts with a T.
Yes. Now I have to look that up.
Okay. For some reason, I always have to look his name as well, because for whatever reason, I cannot, for the life of me, remember his name, even though I've heard it and said it multiple times. Every time he shows up, I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Terrific," and it's like, no, that is not him. That is not Mr. Terrific, obviously. What is his name, Hassan?
Google is failing me. Mr. Miracle. Is this
Mr. Miracle?
The
Thank
Mr.
you.
Miracle group of people?
Yeah,
is
there
that
we go.
Why I just can't, she's
Yeah.
like a side character in that thing.
No, she's not Big Barda. No. How do I remember Big Barda? Yeah, she's not Big Barda. No, that's not the thing.
All right, I don't know. Tell us about this character. I think you're just making up.
All right, so Wonder Woman is an Amazonian princess from like the Themyscira, trapped there for like a long time. Then a pilot named Steve Tyler, his full name. It's Steve something.
No, it can't be Steve
It's
Tyler.
not Steve Tyler.
Smith.
That'd be funny, but no.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, you ever tried this thing called cocaine?
Oh, cool, Steve Tyler. Thanks. Hey, haven't let me join Aerosmith for a little bit. I got some groovy ideas. What if we did a song with Run DMC? Just hear me out. No. So, no. Wonder Woman is that her backstory is that she's in Themyscira, trained her entire life to essentially be a great warrior. She is a demigod, and a pilot named Steve shows up on the Themyscira, where all the Amazonians are, and she's like, "I'm gonna go see the broader world with this guy named Steve," and it sounds like it needs Steve Trevor. I was so close. I was so damn close.
You were actually.
He's still a 2 first name guy, which means he's not great. Anyway, it's like naming your son Paul, in my opinion, or Paul John. Anyway, yeah. So she then takes off to America, sees the water world, etc., stops the bad guys. She has flight, super strength, a golden lasso, and she'll tell the truth, wristbands that can deflect bullets, generally considered tough as nails, and she can, throw down with the best of them, great fighter, etc. Warrior through and through. That is effectively Wonder Woman. We're not here to talk about Wonder Woman in that sort of original, the original framing in that context. Nor will we be discussing the close ties to kinky bondage stuff that is seated alongside Wonder Woman and her creator. Because it's not really a thing in this book. We will be discussing, however, Absolute Wonder Woman. Written by Kelly Thompson, and art mostly done by Hayden Sherman. Now, I need to point this out because, starting off, I am not a Kelly Thompson fan. I actually, for the most part, every time she writes a superhero book, I avoid it like the plague. And it's because her work in Marvel just does not do it for me in the slightest. I think she is okay at best with superhero stuff, and at worst, I find her writing style grating and maybe a little degrading the characters sometimes. I'm not going to sit here and just full on claim she's out to just assassinate these characters or or whatever. Every writer has their own take in Marvel. It's in writing these comics, and that's the whole thing. But I will say, like, I don't like most of the depictions that she has offered, and she is, I think, one of the longest running writers on Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, that there has ever been, and I believe she is instrumental in fomenting her full suite of characterization, and that is for better or for worse. Now, I'm going into this comic, I was skeptical, and I'm going to say this, that for whatever reason, because they gave her kind of like carte blanche to really like work with whatever she wanted to do and do with this character what she thought was good for it, for her, Kelly Thompson and Mark Hayden have seemed to come and created something that hit a zeitgeist, and it's extra pertinent because around this time that Absolute Wonder Woman dropped, I don't think this has any real correlation, but around the first time Absolute Wonder Woman #1 came out was about when Hades 2 was being released into early access around the same time. Not direct correlation, but Hades 2 features effectively a similar character as what's going on with Wonder Woman here. And I'm not saying she stole anything. This is not an allegation kind of thing. What I'm saying is there's very common ground to be found here. So fans of this specific kind of character got to eat real good. Because this Wonder Woman is different. So instead of being brought up in Themyscira,
man, Wonder Man.
No, that's Simon, whatever his name is in Marvel. Yeah, he's occasionally purple, but he's an actor with like the right glasses. Yeah, occasionally he's purple.
Would have been a real change up though.
Yeah, right. It's like, you know what? It's Wonder Man. We just took Marvel's Wonder Man and slapped him into here.
Clamoring for after all these years.
We all, for a long time, we've all been saying, "Where's Wonder Man? We all want Wonder Man back. Why can't Wonder Man come back and, I guess, slap some sense into Scarlet Witch?"
No. I mean a male version of Wonder Woman. That's what we've all
that's what it is.
For.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we did have that at one point. That there have been like gender swap versions of DC characters often enough. We've gotten a woman Batman and woman Superman and stuff. So you know.
What? That's not acceptable.
Well,
to make things woke.
You know,
not in my comics.
I don't know if we'd really consider those woke per se. They're not really spouting any sort of... Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so Absolute Wonder Woman is not what you consider the common mythos for Wonder Woman. It's close, but no cigar. And also maybe a little more than a cigar. Like in the case of all these Absolute titles. As of depicted with Batman... He's Batman, but distilled into the purest form of himself with a few additional things to him. Same with Absolute Superman, where it's the purest form of Superman, working around, working with certain limitations, but still distilled into the purest form of that character. And Wonder Woman is the exact same thing here. She is a fish out of water, kind of like Superman, but like she really wants to help, and she's been on Earth. But her whole thing is that she comes from hell. Like,
what do you mean by hell?
Like Tartarus. So she's not.
Okay.
Yeah, she was born in Themyscira, but was immediately brought to Tartarus by Apollo.
Why?
And given to, well, we're getting there, and given to Circe, claiming that essentially Zeus told him to do it. because he sees a lot of
sounds like Zeus.
Yeah, he sees a lot of potential in Diana, and he's like, that fucking sucks. So toss her into Tartarus.
Okay, what? Because I had to just look it up, double check. Why is Cersei in Tartarus? Because
she lives there. She's been banished there. You know.
Okay, because I was gonna say I didn't think she was supposed to be there.
Yeah. Also in the comic they do call it Hell. So, but it is Tartarus. Yeah.
Is it at least just HEL or two L's?
Two L's. Yeah, that's the only I have a complaint with that too. I agree. It should be Tartarus or HEL or more mythological hell than like Christian hell. But it's fine enough. Anyway, so Apollo brings Diana to Cersei and says, "Hey, she's last of the Amazonians. That's the Amazons." And Zeus wants nothing to do with them anymore. And he said, "Keep her and do not let her go to Themyscira. This is punishment for all their crimes. This is the last one. No more Amazons. Crimes, crimes, crimes. Keep her here. Invade Chicago." Anyway.
Sorry. What was that last one?
I didn't say anything about it. Yeah.
Because I thought you mentioned Chicago.
No. Sorry. It's Coast City.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so yeah, the idea is that she may never really reunite with the Amazonians, and to a full degree in that, nobody is allowed to say around Wonder Woman. Nobody is allowed to say the word Amazon. And like magically they can't. Like they're
okay.
Yeah, there's a curse where they can't say Amazon. Which is it's interesting that this is the way it is because it doesn't actually matter. Because by issue 2 or so, because the way this comic is kind of like working, in terms of the way it does its backstory and its current day story, is that it's been between the two of them, like section per section. So it's like, okay, here's the modern day, here's backstory, modern day, backstory, not page for page like that, but it goes back and forth. And so at one point we figured that like as Diana grew up and became an adult, she just randomly says the word Amazon, and Cersei's like, "What did you just say?"
Wait, what do you mean randomly?
Just said it, like, oh, she's like just talking about the word, like just she gets a book.
Oh, okay. So she saw the word.
Saw the word, and she's like, oh, Amazon, that's a fun word. And Cersei's like, you can't, what? You can say it? And so it sounds like anybody, so the way this works is that anybody who's around Wonder Woman cannot say the word Amazon, but she can.
Is the curse supposed to be more of a no one can tell her about her origins, and so by extension, they just can't talk about those things? Or is it specifically it's just this one word they're cursed not to be able to say?
It's kind of
the latter's very silly.
It's both. It's actually both. The idea is they block the word so nobody talks about Amazons to her, but at the same time it is specifically that word. Like that word cannot be said to her. They can say anything else. Themyscira, Hera, Hippolyta. All of it. They can say anything else related to Themyscira and her backstory, but they cannot say Amazon.
Now can I say Amazon Prime?
That's hilarious. I don't know. It doesn't come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
I know, right? Good marketing opportunity for DC.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So the way it ends up working is that like that's such a small part of that, but the idea is that puts a seed of adventure into Diana's mind, and she wonders why it's like that, and that makes her really want to get out and explore a lot more. And as Cersei tests her, and because Cersei is essentially your mom, like adopted mom. As Cersei tests her, she finds herself learning more and more about like her powers and what she can do as like her abilities and how she wants to be as a person. Kind of unlike Superman, where he is raised to be a certain way. Wonder Woman is just naturally compassionate and kind and all this stuff. She has that real traditional Greek hero air to her, where like which is a great take because we don't really get that so much from her in traditional DC comics. Even when they do focus on that, in the absolute stuff for Wonder Woman, she is much more depicted as this. Yeah, she is a Greek hero who can do certain things. It has specific ways of acting and being, and personality is like this, and like she is demonstrating greatness through her actions, and etc. etc. And that's how like demigods and Greek mythology typically works. And I like this a lot, and they do a great job of like making it feel that way. The thing they do that makes her unique, in this case, as an absolute character, because otherwise she would just be Wonder Woman, but a bit of a different upbringing, is that they full on make her a witch as well.
Like, and when you say witch, what kind of magic is she casting here? Like with a wand?
Nope.
Like Full Metal Alchemist, alchemy, sir. Like what are we talking here?
That's too scientific in this
Naruto
case.
hand sigils?
Maybe a little closer, but like her whole thing is basically like she's doing full on barbarian witch in the woods kind of shit. Like blood magic and like rendering curses and calling upon spirits to give her power and like granting her boons and all this stuff. Like she's not like it's proper magic.
Is she just a witcher?
In a way, yes. In a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good take.
It is a good take. Yeah, so Wonder Woman at this point is a much different character. She has a whole suite of like weaponry she pulls from. She wears a little more armor. She usually has this like big fur collar as well. She is like, if you think of like a depiction of like a woman barbarian in D&D, it's that. You're getting that. But also she casts fucking spells. And that's cool.
Great. So when does a man show up and finally make things good?
Issue 2.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and he ruins the whole thing. No, it's Steve Trevor.
Sound right?
Steve Trevor shows up in issue 2.
Wait, hang on. Because I'm assuming
yes,
this is set in roughly modern times.
Yeah, it is.
Like, does he show up in like a downed modern day fighter jet?
So the way it works, yes. Because, like I said, it's going through going through her backstory, as well as her current day plotline. So, yes, he winds up in hell in a downed fighter jet.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. How? I can't remember, to be honest, but kind of doesn't matter. Greek magic, exactly. I think it was the Bermuda Triangle or something like that. Some crazy shit, something along those lines.
Sorry, the Bermuda Triangle to get to Greece.
Yes, you got it. But he's not trying to get to Greece, no.
Okay, no further questions.
Yeah, thank you. I had no further answers, so yes. Anyway, yeah, he shows up and that's his whole that's him. That's Steve Trevor. He hangs out and then eventually he oh, right. I forgot about this part. Okay, so he can't get home. and he's been there for like a year or something like that. And Wonder Woman is growing fascinated with him, not falling in love with him, but just fascinated by this guy who lives on like the top side. Because for being Tartarus, everything's very different. And she like really wants to help him get home. And so she spends a long time trying to figure out rituals to get him home, and she stumbles upon one that will absolutely work. And so she, middle of the night, without anybody knowing, she prepares the ritual, wanders out naked to the beach, sets up her like blood circle. It's a blood circle.
Her blood or
Mm-hmm. And others,
okay.
yes. Yeah, it's a mixture. Just blood. As long as she has blood, she's good. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's not sanitary.
No.
So there's a giant blood circle and like all the runes and everything, and then calls upon I can't remember the god she calls upon, but I don't think it's Kronos. I think it could be. I think it's Hermes to aid her, and then essentially to offer him a fair trade, cuts off her right arm. Yes.
I'm assuming she doesn't have regrowing arm pad. I'm assuming
No.
she's not arm fall off boy, you know?
No, she is not.
Okay, that seems like a problem.
Yeah. So because technology and magic are weird, she does get a replacement metal arm temporarily, just a spindly little like beep boop robot arm. Not even like it's a prosthetic, of course, but it's a fully functional like little arm to like replace her lopped off one.
Like, you know,
Yes.
it's a lot for a guy you're not that close with, you know.
Well, they grow really close, and they're just they're really good friends. So
Yes,
you know,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just gonna say, if you get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, I'm not giving up my arm.
Why not?
I need those.
For what? Hugging?
Masturbating.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough. Both of them, though. You got two
Yes.
arms. Wow. All right. Well, that's good. The good. Yeah, man. I don't know. You know what? This is a family show. I can't repeat it. I could say what I want to say, but I feel as if nobody's
I'll
gonna
give
like
up a
that.
leg if that's an option. I can
Okay.
live with
A
like
leg will work.
a prosthetic leg.
A leg
but,
will work. Yeah.
Prosthetic arms just aren't there yet. I'm not giving them up.
Totally fair. Anyway, so she also at one point, just to kind of like get herself back up to snuff, Steve Trevor also does like a little bit of a sacrificial magic thing for her, like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth kind of situation where like he wants to give back to her because she helps him get back home. And he's like, I need to help you as well. You cut your damn arm off for me. I got to do something similar. And they perform a different ritual. I can't remember for the life of me how this ritual goes. Because it's been a year. This book has been out for a year now. And in the ritual, essentially, like it allows her to effectively regrow the arm, but in a very, like it's kind of like a gecko's tail situation,
Okay.
where it's still like a strong functioning arm, but it's not fully physically there. Like it is, but like if she needs that to go, she can just let it go. Case in point, in the second issue, when she's fighting a monster called the Tetracide. And the Tetracide shows up in Coast City and starts wreaking havoc. And the Tetracide is a giant, like, skyscraper-sized monster. Kind of like a big old Pacific Rim looking thing. With a big vagina face. And I'm not wrong on that. And effectively, what it has the power to do is, like, sing really loud. And cause people to kill themselves. And, so Wonder Woman is aware of this thing and trying to fight it, and she just like, I gotta kill this thing real fast, so flies at it on her undead skeletal Pegasus, which is fucking cool. Yeah. Son, you have questions, it
feel
seems?
like, if you're going to have
Uh-huh.
Steve Trevor get there by crashing in a modern jet,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't she have just made that into the invisible jet?
No, because that's too passe at this point. She needs to ride an undead fucking Pegasus into battle that she took from death.
I mean, how fast can the Pegasus go?
Very fast, like jet fast, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because for modern time, like travel by horse is
yeah. It's also a flying horse.
Slow.
It's also a flying magic horse.
It's still horse speed though.
No, this one's like an undead, like it's like a god's horse. Like she took it from death.
Wow, what is that even? I mean, like
yeah,
like Greek death?
No. Like this is like the Christian death's horse. Like the pale fucking rider. She took his horse.
Okay.
There's there's
weird, but
they're kind of mashing up some shit, yeah. But yeah, effectively she like grabs this thing and like that's her steed, and so she flies into the Tetraside, and she like I said, has a whole suite of new weapons. She still has like the silver cufflinks that deflect bullets effectively. Cufflinks, bracers, I guess, really. And she still has a lasso, but it's a black lasso now. And the black lasso, I can't remember what it does. She doesn't use it a whole lot. But I believe it like makes you regret shit. I'm pretty sure that's its power.
Not as good as Truth, gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's an interesting take, but it's not the best one. It's probably because we haven't seen the lasso a whole lot, and I think that's kind of why. Mostly what we've seen her wield is either a Labrys axe or a giant fucking sword. Like a big old two-hander, like cleaver cloud stripe sword. And yeah, like she tries to fight the Tetraside with this giant sword, and it grabs her with its like crazy tentacle face, and she's like, "Well, it's gonna eat me. I don't want I don't want that to happen. So goodbye, arm," and she just kind of pops it off and flies away.
You sure she's not Arm Fall Off Boy?
She's not Arm Fall Off Boy. It's just the one arm can fall off. The left arm is.
Well, his name is only Arm Fall Off Boy.
Oh,
not Arms Fall Off Boy.
You're right. I can just do the one. You're useless to us, Arms Fall Off Boy.
The right voice for him, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, just the one arm, guys. Useless to us. Karate Kid, beat him up. Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. Fuck. No, so basically, yeah, she's Arm Fall Off Boy, and she does that once, and then she has to redo the ritual to put it back on. Which redoing the ritual is easy enough. It's just kind of like it had to happen in the first place. I think he gave up his memory of some stuff for her, like deep personal memories, and like that's made him like. There's a reason why he's a boring character. I think that's it. Anyway, they stick with that. Now Wonder Woman actually also like begins to interact with a whole host of other characters, like a journalist, a couple of people from the military. Who are there to try and stop the monster, but she's like, "Hey, you're not going to be able to kill it," and they're like, "Well, we're going to shoot with a nuke," and she's like, "That will kill it and everybody else, so don't do that yet." Yeah, it's a whole like typical superhero trying to like stop the military as well as stop the monster kind of thing. But like, again. This character is now much more like she's much stronger than Wonder Woman ever has been because of this magical aspect to her. And the cool thing with this is that like these first few issues of her trying to fight the Tetraside are her just trying different magical ways of doing so, as well as like throwing herself into combat too. So we still get that. But often enough, it's her like going like what about this spell? And like try some stuff. And like, oh, that didn't work. What about this spell? And like, well, sort of. And she was the one that like freezes it in place and buys some time. And it's a whole like, yeah, like I like the fact that she's trying stuff out. Like she's not like she's so much as he's learning these things, but is trying to figure out how to fight effectively at certain times. And she could just like fly in there, swinging her sword and chopping stuff up, and she often does. But this is a Wonder Woman who actually has a lot more intelligence behind her. Batman has that kind of thing where like he's like in normal DC comics, how he has that like always 2 steps ahead of you while in a fight. Like while he's like fist fighting you over here, he's actually set up this trap behind him somewhere and leads you into it, and like he ensnares you that way. That's how Batman typically fights.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying is that Wonder Woman has a man behind doing all the actual thinking.
That is not what I'm trying to say in the slightest. How'd you get there? How did you get to that point?
I mean, she's a lady, so she can't do any thinking herself. Needs a man to do that.
I see. I don't know how you got to that conclusion, but...
Well, because that's like the moral of Wonder Woman, right? She's a lady. She should be in the kitchen making sandwiches instead of fighting. That's always the message of Wonder Woman.
Not quite. Wonder Woman is actually quite sapphic. She doesn't need no man.
Doesn't sound right. Yeah, I'm the Wonder Woman expert, as we showed at the start, so I think I know a thing or two, Tristan.
You didn't know who she was.
I've learned a lot in the last 35 minutes.
Yeah, honestly. You're looking at some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, turns out our Fall Out Boy doesn't even have his own Wikipedia page. That's
man, that's sad. He's. I will say this: he's an infamous character. He at least needs the infamous page, Like, he's a weird guy, and he's a page for that reason. Really?
Yep, doesn't even seem to have that.
That sucks so bad. We have, to be fair, of the Legion of Superheroes, there are 1,000 of them, and like they can't feature every one of them, but Arm Fall Off Boy is exclusively a very bad character, and like he's explicitly horrible. And you need to focus on that Wikipedia. Like there has to be a page for him because like he sucks that much.
Yeah. He was in that Suicide Squad movie. Like he's showed up and stuff, but somehow doesn't seem to have a page. Yeah, what a
weird thing. Like it's very funny that he just does not get his due. Oh, anyway, Fall Out Boy. Man. So Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman is like I said, it's doing some stuff to really showcase Diana's like new powers because we know she can fly, we know she has super strength. We know she's a good fighter, but what else can she do? And like to showcase her like casting spells and stuff is like, it's very, very good. It's to a point where like I didn't realize I kind of wanted this character who is like this like barbarian fighter from hell who also throws around spells, and I'm like like Kelly Thompson has clearly played way too much D&D and just made this character, and it's like. Fuck yeah, I'm writing this character like that. I'm like, yeah, okay. And like, for once, I am like in simpatico with a Kelly Thompson story, and it's an interesting thing because, like I said, normally she doesn't write things that I like unless she's writing horror, and this is also kind of a horror story because the stuff that she's encountering is typically Wonder Woman typically will encounter things from hell or demons or like the Tetracide itself is a giant like creature that like I said it's there to like make people kill themselves, and it's this like eldritch being from like beyond space and time and dimensions. But here it is in Coast City, and it's like shit. What do we do with this? And like. She's writing Wonder Woman who is as a character who fights these real true horrors, and it has been a fascinating ride so far. And like she's gone from there to like she went to Crete, not quite to Crete per se, but went into a labyrinth dimension. Like, so the idea is that, like, yeah, there are multiple points where you can get into this like crazy labyrinth dimension, Crete being one of them. And effectively she finds herself in a labyrinth and is trying to find her sister Io, who
Sorry, she has a sister?
Yeah, who she just learned about recently. But knows that she's trapped there, and she's like, well, that's terrible. I want to help her. And that's the main crux of every Wonder Woman story is she's like, there's a person in trouble. I want to help them. And I'm going to try and find out how through magic.
So now that we're 3 different series into the Absolute Universe,
yes,
does it have any sort of sort of like overarching, I don't know, like villain group or sort of mission that the absolute version of the Justice League, let's call it, must accomplish? Or is it more like,
well,
you know, the for lack of a better term, but the mainline version of comics where,
yeah,
sure, you'll have story arcs, but you know, if you think about sort of mainline Batman, mainline Superman, they don't, like, mainline Superman is just protect Metropolis and Earth. Batman is just stop the bad guys in Gotham, right? He doesn't have like an end goal kind of thing, but it usually, when they do these, you know, spin off or alternate universes, there's usually kind of some sort of a, hey, we obviously have something of a, you know, we don't expect these to go on forever, so we have some sort of big endpoint this could tentatively reach.
Well, that's the thing, because they are clearly banking on this going on for a little bit longer, at least like for a while, because like they have fully stated they are not doing a Justice League at all for the first few years of this. Like they said, few years.
what about Justice Society?
Doesn't exist. Or maybe it exists, but
what are the Wonder Twins doing?
They're probably dead.
Oh no! How?
Or how? Well,
you know, the absolute Wonder Twins would obviously be the most powerful superheroes in the
I actually
universe.
hope they come in. I really do hope they do that. They have done the Wonder Twins in the past. I will point this out. They have been in the mainline comics. But like, I really want them to do the Wonder Twins. I think that'd be fucking awesome. And I do want them to be done, like Mike Allred would do it wonderfully. Or like, bring in Ryan North. Fuck it. Just go hog wild.
I had to look at Gleek also needs to
Gleek,
be there too.
Yeah, sure. Bring Gleek. Everyone loves Gleek.
So hey, Gleek has a Wikipedia page. Take that, arm fall off boy.
Oh, yeah, that's too bad, arm fall off boy. That's too bad. Anyway, so as far as like we're three in now, and I have a fourth one I want to talk about next time we do this topic, which is the Absolute Martian Manhunter spoiler. And I have a very key reason for wanting to talk about that one, but time being, with the way with the way this is, as far as I know, they're not doing Justice League for a while. There's no current through line for these stories, because you're right. Normally, when you do a specific universe like this, there's a connecting thing that's with them. And in this one, I guess technically the connecting thing is that Darkseid made this universe to fuck with these superheroes and like gain some sort of like, not pleasure, but some sort of foothold on them for once in his life, you know, even though he's currently also the god of death and all this shit. But he was killed, and it's a whole thing. Point is, when he made the Absolute Universe, all these characters are there struggling, and the idea is these characters are stronger than the struggles that Darkseid has heaped upon them. So even though he has done things to Superman, like taken away, like he's given him Krypton, and in effect taken away Ma and Pa Kent. With Batman, he's given him his mother, but taken away his father, and all this, like, really, like, and removed his billions. And Wonder Woman, taken away the Themyscira, but given her Cersei. All this stuff. Like, because...
Wait, oh no. Does this mean that Martian Manhunter won't have Oreos?
No, he fucking loves Oreos. Don't worry about that. Oh. No, they're... Like, that's like issue 1 that John Jones is like just housing like a little packet of Oreos.
Darkseid, I'm evil, not that evil.
Everyone loves Oreos.
I can't take them away.
Can't do that. I'm the god of death. What is that?
The Oreos suck. They're not good.
They're better than Hydrox. Fuck you.
What is Hydrox?
You don't know what Hydrox is?
No.
I thought your family was English. Look it up. Hydrox are the original Oreos. Oreos were technically stolen from the British.
Oh. Yeah. Not those are at least not popular amongst my family. I'll
really?
say
Okay.
That.
As far as I know, they're not that popular in England either. So I don't know. Yeah, as far as I know, like stuff like Club and Jaffa Cakes outrank Hydrox.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on, Jaffa Cakes. Anyway, the point is, Darkseid has done a whammy on these guys, on these characters, to make them not the way they were in the main core universe, Earth 1. But effectively, they remain the same, just with different, means of using their abilities and that sort of stuff. And yeah, a real big one that's kind of like driving this through is like I'm wondering when the shoe's gonna drop. But they're trying to mix some stuff around as well. Like they're trying to like bring in characters from other other heroes' pantheons into these books to really just change shit.
Such as who?
So, for instance, just stay on the topic of Wonder Woman. In issue 12 that just came out last week, as of this recording. So, the next villain she's going to have to fight, I guess, I'm wondering what they're going to do with this, because she's not necessarily a villain per se, but when you the last page of issue 12 of Wonder Woman is like a government agency has all these like super women, like that they've done tests on, and they're like, well, like this lady in a suit is just like, well, I guess the only way to defeat this Wonder Woman is to unleash her. And it's like, what do you mean? And the camera, and like the page, you turn the page, and they have Zatanna in like a crazy fucking spike suit.
That makes sense.
Like she's in a straitjacket full of spikes. Like, will unleash Zatanna. And it's like, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is how you do it. So it's stuff like that. Where like, okay, because Zatanna is typically, her own thing, but is related to Batman mostly. If you had to like relate her to any other character in the DC universe, it's Batman, because she was in the animated series, and people have that kind of grounding for her, So it works out that way. But like, yeah, so they're trying to like just take little snippets of things like that and just put them in places where they shouldn't be and see if they work. And I do like that. Yeah, who is it? I believe which I'm not going to talk about these other two comics, because there's also Absolute Flash and Absolute Green Lantern. Unfortunately, I bounced off those pretty hard, despite the Flash being written by Jeff Lemire, and I fucking love Jeff Lemire's work. But just something about the way he writes Flash wasn't for me. But yeah, there are characters in Flash that are kind of like crossing over to Green Lantern. And same with like in Superman, there's like the Peacemaker Squadron is not like a Superman thing, but like they made it a thing in Absolute Superman. And like Ra's al Ghul is the main villain in Absolute Superman. It's stuff like that. It's for some reason they're pulling characters from other pantheons and just slap them in there and just see if it works. Be like, what if Superman fought Ra's al Ghul? Or what if Wonder Woman had to fight Satana?
So how's Absolute the Demon Etrigan?
It's not out yet. I hope it does, because honestly, I would like to see that a lot. Because Etrigan has like, he's kind of a one note character, really. He's like, he does the poem, he turns into a demon. Jason Blood is also a sorcerer, but like he's not like the world's greatest sorcerer or anything. He's just decent at it. But he's got the demon powers as Etrigan, who shows up, spits some hellfire and sweet rhymes, hot rhymes, if you will.
Has that sick onesie with the cape and the little booties.
Sick ass onesie and booties, exactly.
I love his look. It's
a great look, yeah. And like he's just doing his thing, and like Etrigan's really cool, but he's kind of a one note character. He's a fun character, but I wish there was more about Etrigan, and there's not really a whole lot with him or using him or using him in a unique way. And he doesn't really ever get his own stories, at least not recently, of course. It's the same with like Blue Devil. I think Blue Devil's the kind of character who, yeah.
When was the last time Blue Devil showed up?
He has been in issues of Justice League Dark for sure.
Okay.
And I think he was in an issue of JSA or Justice League a couple months ago.
Is he still just a film dude? I know at one point they made him an actual devil.
Yeah. Okay. So the point of the Blue Devil, of course, is that he's stuck in this devil costume that is cursed. But it does give him devil-like powers. So, yeah. That's the whole thing with him. That he's very one note. It kind of works for him. But like that's his whole shtick. And I like a character like that, I do want to see a little more about them and an absolute version of them, because he will never sell at all ever in the main DC books. Yeah, we gave Blue Devil his own book. Why? But if you go like, hey, absolute version of Blue Devil, like, what could that mean? What are we even doing here? And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, that's the question. And it's like, I would be excited for that, to see what weird shakeup they want to do. Because, like, to compare, like, apples to oranges in this case, or I guess apples to apples, the Absolute series right now is like, hey, what if we took these characters and kind of fucked with their whole thing and given them extra powers and changed a few things around, but they're still distilled into the same character? Versus Marvel's take, which is like, what if, like, the ultimate stuff is like, what if it was the same character with the same powers and stuff, but we give them a different backstory or something? And it's like, yeah, okay, so it's like still the character you know and love, but nothing's really different about the stuff you love about them except for their background. And it's like, that's fine. And I do hear good things about the current Ultimate Spider-Man. But I like when companies are willing to really kind of mess some shit up and see what sticks, like DC does. For all its like problems that it has, keeping readers and that kind of stuff, I think DC, as far as like people who are really into comic books, and Absolute Wonder Woman is a great example of this, they are so good at basically taking a character or characters or a universe or whatever and just going, okay, how do we fuck this up in some weird way where it's still recognizable, but absolutely not the thing that you would think it would be? And like, I like that they do that. And we will 100% absolutely discuss that when we get to Absolute Martian Manhunter, because they've made the biggest changes there for any of these characters.
He's actually from Venus.
Whoa! Not saying anything. Yeah,
already figured it out.
tune in next time. Motherfucker. But yeah, they've changed some like a fundamental thing about these characters, and it works. Like so far, it has worked for me. I don't know what they've changed at all for the Flash, because I didn't get that far. Because like I said, I just found the way that Jeff Lemire was writing the characters in the world just not for me. So I am curious as to how they've changed that. But Green Lantern is actually kind of like an infection. It's not like so.
Okay.
7-bit comes down from Green Lantern just quickly, and is like he explodes. He's a nuclear bomb. Effectively, he just blows up into like a Green Lantern like shield, and then like he reforms himself, and they kill him again, and then he basically like seeds out this horrible Green Lantern infection, which infects certain people with like the Green Lantern powers, and like the main thing is that they're not focusing on Hal Jordan. He can go screw as far as they're concerned. He's the villain. Like they actually are making him like the full on just like straight up like the first villain of the arcs. And it's a whole like military spy fiction kind of thing. It's basically about like trying to figure out who has these powers and how to deal with that shit. And I can't remember who is the actual main character. I think her name is Reyes. It's like the female Green Lantern.
Yes, I don't remember her full name, but
Julia Reyes or something like that.
The one who kind of traditionally has like the symbol of her eye.
It's her.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's her. And she's like the main one, and it's just like, holy shit, yeah, this is good. This is a good idea. But I'm reading so much, I just had to drop something. So like I don't like Green Lantern that much anyway. Off this goes. But the take on that is fascinating. Yeah. So Absolute Wonder Woman gets like a high recommendation for me. It's somehow Kelly Thompson, who, like I said, when she writes horror, she brings out the best in her own writing, I find. And this is a horror-based character in a horror-based world where like she's allowed to kind of do a lot more with the character and try some unique things. And I think that like if you are playing, and I'll do some vice versa, if you are playing Hades 2 and you want more of that kind of feel and vibe and characterization, Absolute Wonder Woman is 100% that. Easy choice. And same thing if you're reading this book and you're like, oh fuck, I got to issue 12 and I want a little more, Hades 2 is right there. It's like a match made in heaven. It's wonderful.
It's
made in Tartarus, actually. Yeah, good point. Yeah. How did I fuck that up? I don't know how man, I gotta quit. All right. But yeah, great book. Can't recommend it enough. Art's amazing, by the way. I should also point that out. The art for Absolute Woman is truly gorgeous. Like the backgrounds are wonderful, but like it makes Wonder Woman pop out so much more when everything else around her is so mundane, and you have this like bright red and black. Like she has all this like red like blood markings on her and tattoos and shit, and like she's got this like steel bustier, and like she has like arms wrapped up in like crazy bandages, and she's like this like black metal vibe to her, and like this giant fur collar and the huge hair, and so then she has a helmet, and it's like holy shit, and it just works so well against the vibe of like mundane ass America. Like yeah, it's a good read. It's fun. Also the panel work is gorgeous. Like the way this guy draws panels, man oh man, so good. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
I'm curious as to what they're going to do for the future characters. I haven't actually looked into it too much. Despite being like a big comic guy, I don't read the comic news a whole lot. I actually like being surprised. So if there are new Absolute characters coming out, I don't know, and I'm willing to figure out when it comes out.
Okay.
So if anybody knows, though, maybe check them out. They might be interesting.
Don't worry, Tristan. Actually, Absolute Ice and Fire coming out next week. Everyone's favorite.
Ice and Fire do have a mainstream book right now in the main DC.
Wow.
It's a whole lesbian thing. Also, they swap powers. It's fun, but it's not very good. It's not a good book, but it's fun.
Yeah, somehow I'm not shocked that an Ice and Fire book would not be very good.
It's kind of a comedy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Go on.
And on that unfortunate note, why don't you tell people where to find us?
You can go to our Blue Sky, which is at EAFNIR. We are there. We let us spend how many absolute comics are coming out and how many that I don't know about, and I will not listen to that in the slightest. Also go to our Spotify and YouTube pages. Like and subscribe and do all those fun, crazy things. It will fulfill your life more than anything, really. Having a good family, not as much as liking and subscribing to our channel. Not in the slightest. If you thought like, oh man, the day I got my dog was like the best day of my life, and this is my companion for forever. And I truly love this creature, and we do so much for each other, and it's got me out of this depression and this horrible sinking feeling that I just am going nowhere in my life. It is not as good as liking and subscribing to our channel.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We don't shed fur, so
we don't shed fur. We don't fucking shed fur. I can't do that. I'm a pretty hairy guy. I can't shed fur. This shit stays on me all year round. You know how hot I am all the time? I'm dying inside and outside.
I shed a lot, but you're watching me online, so the hair can't get through the internet pipes. That'd be silly.
Yet. We'll figure it out. Anyway, you also go to our friends at DJDane.com. Let's go to some music. DJDane.com. Listen to his great tunes. And if you want to just absolutize him, maybe give him a cool different backstory, but change just a few things in his backstory, but that still make a big impact, and then give him different powers, that'd be a good idea. You need different powers.
I see no issues with this plan.
Yeah. Instead of being a DJ, why not operated heavy machinery?
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly.
But still love music. Yeah. Makes you think, huh? Anyway, that's it for our show. Tune in next time for another electrolytic episode of Everything's Fine is Ruined. See ya.